I hope the music's not contemporary though, and that'll ruin it. You're in.
I hope it's not Pink Floyd.
Shut up, Grandma.
Nice hat. Hey, a hat.
Your hat, partner.
Love your hat.
Hats off.
Hold on to your hat. Hat, hold.
Hats. You need hats.
Get the hats. Get the hats.
Put the hat on, dumb Donald. Put the hat on.
Oh, my hat.
We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. I'm Eric, as always, today joined by my incredibly handsome co-host. Give it up for Micah and Brian. Look at these guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Episode 40, guys. 40. We've been doing this 40 episodes.
Is that crazy?
It's crazy to think we started this year. We're getting to the holidays now. It's really exciting to continue to do this with you guys. We really appreciate everyone listening along. For those of you guys who've subscribed, liked, engaged with us, commented, we really appreciate it. And hope you guys are having happy holidays. We got a ton of content coming out here in the next couple weeks, talking movies, Stranger Things, all that good stuff. Brian's putting together a lot of good TikToks, Instagram Reels, short form content, and Micah's editing our YouTube and Spotify uploads. So a lot of good stuff. We appreciate you guys as always. But we're just going to jump right into it today, as always, and go around and talk about what we've been watching. So, Brian, I'll kick it over to you, brother. What have you been watching?
Oh, man. Well, we've entered the holiday season. A couple Christmas movies, a couple not. I guess I'll start with the Christmas ones. I saw a couple repeats, one new one, actually, and one I'd never seen on the holiday movies. Repeats, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Don't even know if that really counts as a movie. It's great. It's great, man. It was weird rewatching it, how much is just ingrained into my skull because of just years as a child watching it. But listen, it's great for a reason. It's classic. I did watch Arthur Christmas, which I had never seen before. Have either of you seen that?
I saw you post about it on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
I'm not tracking this movie at all.
Harley was going through a movie that we both hadn't seen, and she was like, "This one actually has pretty good reviews," and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You don't remember Arthur Christmas from when we were like 12 or something?
No, but like I thought I'd never seen it before. I kind of liked it, man. I mean, it was fun. I like how they use the Bank Gothic font that makes it feel like it's like a disaster, like a Terminator movie. Every time something pops up on the screen, like I swear to God, when you watch the movie, if you watch the movie again, you'll see the font, and your brain will immediately think it's like 2011 Terminator Salvation or like The Day After Tomorrow.
This
swear
is
to
the
God.
one where he's like Santa's son, right?
Yeah, he's Santa's son, but like but like it's like a well-oiled secret agent machine the way they do Christmas, and they forget a girl's gift, and then he has to go on this little adventure. But I had a good time with it. Then I also watched The Unaccompanied Minors, which is one that I love when I was growing up. It's a little silly. It definitely works a little better when you're a kid, but I had a lot of fun doing it. I won't go too much into the repeat watches I watched. Like there's nothing really crazy report. I watched like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, 2012, because it was on TikTok or on Peacock.
So you're watching that reel by reel? That's crazy.
No, yeah. Peacock, sorry. And then I rewatched Zootopia in anticipation for eventually watching the second one. But the movies I watched two movies that I actually hadn't seen before. One, we'll start with Brian's Bond Corner. This time we had Moonraker from 1979. A lot of people say this is the worst one ever. Those people aren't wrong, but they're not right either. So if you believe the fact that they actually pivoted and made this movie to compete with Star Wars, they had actually been made two successful Roger Moore movies. A third one was about to release, and at the end of the third one, The Spy Who Loved Me, there's actually a thing that says Roger Moore will return in for your eyes only. They had planned to make the fourth one already. It was queued up. The same year that drops, Star Wars
That can't be Star Wars if they have a plan.
No.
That one was for you, Eric.
But no, what happens is they drop this movie, Star Wars drops, and they're like, we need to make one that competes with Star Wars. So you watch first off, misleading. It's a 2-hour movie. Bond does not go to space until the 90-minute mark. I was pissed. I'm like, what the fuck? It was zany. God forbid a Bond has a little bit of whimsy. I think that's why some people hate it. I love Roger Moore. I like a little whimsical Bond. There's some scenes that made me laugh out loud, but maybe that's not a good thing. But then they go to space, and I could see why they just straight up ripped off Star Wars. They have blaster guns. They do like some of the ships look exactly like Star Destroyers. It actually ends when they're pulling out with like a look behind you,
scrolling
Death
up?
Star. No, like a Death Star
oh.
explosion, like while they're
Oh my
flying away.
gosh.
But listen, it's the one where Bond goes to space, and in a series of 25 movies, a lot of them which blend together. Is it so bad to be a one that stands out? I say no.
Hey, Ethan Hunt hasn't gone to space.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
No, this one is weird though, because like it's almost like
Diesel
an
has.
afterthought. Like the whole thing is like the thing Moonraker is like a thing that allows shuttles to be able to like re-enter Earth's atmosphere by like just like they come in and they like get attached to like a commercial jet. It's a little bit of a reach of a movie, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little all over the place, but it's fun, and like they just don't. I love Roger Moore and the people behind the Roger Moore Bonds because they weren't afraid to be a little silly sometimes.
Sure.
I appreciate that. And the other one I watched was which was great. I watched 1990's Tremors with Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
If you like a good creature feature, you want some good goo, and you want like classic Hollywood, like this was, I don't even know what budget they made this on, but whatever they made it work. It's great. It's basically this. Eric, do you know the movie I'm talking about, Tremors?
I
Micah-
do. Yeah.
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 Micah knows. So
Big Worm
it's a-
movie. You'd love it, Eric. If you like Dune, you know.
Yeah,
Big
it is.
Worm.
They
Big
in fact
Worm.
they did do Worm. It is Big Worm in the sand.
Big Worm.
Oh, we're talking Big Worm now.
So
Big
yeah,
Worm.
the plot of the movie is that these two guys, Kevin Bacon's one of their like ranch hands out in, I believe it's Nevada, and there's something weird. There's some disturbances going around, people missing. Turns out there's these giant worms that are coming and just harassing them, and then it's just most of the movie is just they're in this town. There's a cast of characters, and they're trying to figure out what these things are, how to kill them, and like how to survive. And it is just great Hollywood. Like the practical effects, I think, are great. The cast was great. They use a lot of goo. We stopped using goo in Hollywood, and I don't know why. Like
More goo. Bring back goo.
There was a time in Hollywood, like, and especially in the '90s, where goo was everywhere for Hollywood. And
There's plenty of goo in like Stranger Things. You know, get your goo fix there.
but like it's not the same goo. And this was goo.
The Upside Down is gooey.
And you know what I appreciate with
Alien
them?
is gooey.
They're showing their practical effects, which I think were great. Their creature things in broad daylight, which I loved. And I think my favorite bit in the movie that I just want to talk about is two of the characters of this like couple. One of them is played by Reba McEntire, which is funny, and they're like the gun nuts in the town. And anyway, they're out patrolling. They get back to their house, and they're in their basement, which is bad. You don't want to be in the basement. There's worms around. And they're getting a call that there's worm is coming right towards them, so they're getting ready for it. And it reveals that the wall behind them is just entirely guns. And so then there's a scene where the worm comes through the wall, and Reba doesn't bother reloading any gun. She shoots until the clip's empty and grabs a new gun. And they just keep doing that until they kill the worm. They're all just grabbing guns off the wall and shooting. I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun with that movie. I'd recommend it. It's 90 minutes, like great creature feature. And they apparently made 6 of them. I don't think the other 5 are probably worth seeing.
I don't think so either.
But yeah, Mike, I'll pass it to you. That's kind of what I've been watching this week.
All right. So I watched Sentimental Value.
Ooh,
That was
how
good. That was really good. Honestly, like thematically similar to like Hamnet. Just kind of processing some family trouble through art. I thought it was really good. I think we'll talk about this later, but like big showing from pretty much the 4 main actors in that movie. Stellan and Renee and Inga and Elle Fanning. So, I mean, they're all getting nominated and stuff. The movie's great. Score is great. Looks great. Had a blast. And then I watched No Other Choice. The Park Chan-wook movie. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. And I didn't expect it to be so funny. But it's like
Is it
almost
really?
slapstick at times. Yeah, it's like a very physical comedy, like falling down hills and tripping, stumbling, and like, you know, as he's kind of doing all these murders, it's like mishap after mishap. It's really funny. Like what's that guy? Martin something. One of the he was in like Cheaper by the Dozen. He's doing like that almost.
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
He's doing like a Steve Martin, and then like it'll get very dramatic very fast. So I love that. Saw that in a packed theater. We actually ran into Mike's buddy Ian in there, of course.
Always.
At the early showing.
He pops up, man.
We see him like a couple times a year just in the theater randomly. And then I checked out Evangelion 1.0, You Are Not Alone, which is like one of those like animated like Japanese giant mech suit movies about angels coming to Earth. And I was I was having a good time. It's a vibe. Honestly, it looks cool. It's this like giant mech suit versus alien. But I was like, I'm not catching who these people are, why they're doing this. Some of the themes are a little heavy, and then it's like apparently like an hour and a half condensed version of like a full season of a TV show, and I was like, that makes sense. I'm missing out on a lot. They were like, yeah, they remade this from the 90s in 2007. So I'll watch, I guess there's like 3 or 4 of them, kind of working my way through, but I like that. I don't know if I'd recommend. I would probably try and watch the show so I don't make my mistake.
Sure.
And then I watched our movie of the week. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, not too much outside of our movie of the week, our pseudo movie of the week, which I was catching up on, Eternity, so we can talk about that here in a second, which I'm excited.
Take it away.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say also.
Oh no, whenever you're.
Yeah. I did want to plug watching the penultimate episode of Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
It was awesome this week. I really enjoyed that episode. The Burning of the Black Spot, which is mentioned a lot in the lore. I haven't read the book. I know Micah has, and it's a lot. They're building these seasons of Welcome to Derry based on.
Is it going to reverse too? Is it from what I hear? It's going to go to 1935 next, from what I understand.
Yeah. So and then so this is kind of based. All these seasons are based on what, like the interludes or like
I didn't finish the book, but there's like different chapters that are like not
set in
about the kids.
Really enjoying that show. Bill Skarsgård. I mean, I think that was like one of his better. I mean, his best performance as Pennywise in that episode. Absolute menace. So if you haven't checked that show out yet, I highly recommend it. If you're into the It franchise, but yeah, I got out to Eternity last night. Went on a little solo date. Didn't bring Riley, but I kind of wish I would have because it definitely would have been a good like
it's a romance
date movie.
Yeah.
Man, dude. I mean, we all watched this movie. It's in my fantasy. It's in my fantasy team. It's not getting me a ton of points, but I wish it got more points because I wish more people would check this movie out. This movie's awesome, man. It's like it pulls at the heartstrings. I in these like typical like love triangle movies, I feel like there's an easy out and there's someone you end up kind of hating, or like maybe they end up within a better situation. But I don't know. I found myself at different times of the movies like pulling for different characters.
Yeah.
So really enjoyed the movie. We can get into spoilers too, but excited. I want to know what you guys thought.
Oh man.
Tell us, give us like what are we talking about? What's Eternity about?
Yeah.
If people don't know.
Run us down a little synopsis.
Little plot synopsis. The movie is basically set in a purgatory world, right? Where there's a main couple, Joan and her husband,
Larry. Fucking love Larry.
Been together for 65 years. 65 years. Larry passes away when he's in his like 80s, 90s, and he ends up in this purgatory world where you have to make a decision on where you're going to spend the rest of your eternity. You only get one choice. You're going to end up in that eternity forever. And so it's kind of this zany commercial mall world where you have different people trying to sell their eternities to you. And he's going to sit there and wait until Joan, who is still alive but currently has cancer, shows up. And she does show up after about a week, where you also find out Joan's first husband, who died in the war, not one or two, the Korean War, has been waiting for her for 67 years. And so then it's basically about 3 characters, Joan's choice of which eternity is she going to choose, one with her first husband or one with her second husband, or an entirely different choice altogether. So the cast: Elizabeth Olsen, Callum Turner, Miles Teller,
Devon Joy Randolph.
Devon Joy Randolph, she was so funny.
Awesome.
Dude, she's being like, where is she right now?
Really
supporting
funny.
actress, give her another one.
Yeah. Everyone involved in this project, I mean, really funny. Kind of a feel-good movie at times. It's just I didn't expect myself to be attached to this movie. But yeah, you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest thing is you heard me 2 weeks ago on the show when I talked about it. I'm like, I wanted to see this with Carly because I knew she wanted to see it, and this could have very easily been some stupid direct to Netflix. It could have been really bad. But that's not what we dealt with here. And not only did we can get into it more about like with the romance and like the story and like we got attached to you. I did not expect this movie to be so funny. I was, and obviously I think Divine Joy, what was her last name? Divine Joy?
Randolph.
She was one of the standouts for me as the funniest, but I think everyone had a funny moment in this movie, and I found myself laughing a lot. I found myself liking all the characters despite the flaws and the problems. I resonated heavy with Larry. He has my same kind of bout of humor. You guys know me, like the Korean War bit that goes through the whole movie is so fun. And then when it kind of ties together when him and Lucas are hanging out, and he's like, "I'm sorry for what I said, man. They don't make enough movies about you guys." Like, it's like it was funny. It was funny. And I think the kind of the back and forth, even though I kind of figured out who she was probably gonna end up with, like they did a good job of kind of like giving good reasons of when she decides to do one thing versus another thing, as it goes. And yeah, the big emotional like heavyweight moment of the movie I thought really worked when it hit. Micah, what'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really like creative. They took full advantage of all the possible eternities, I think, and also the different possibilities, like who might be dead, who might be around, and then playing with your expectations of that. I thought it was really funny how they just set everything up. You actually see the ending in a much earlier scene, just humongous in the background. It's like staring you in the face. And
Really?
Yeah. There's a moment where she's like, I just don't know what to choose, and like you're looking at it's one of the retired, we'll get into
when
it.
she's in that one room.
I was like, oh yeah, we've seen that before. So like nothing is ever too crazy because you're like, it's not for a pretty unbelievable premise like you're dead, eternities, all this stuff. Like they just skip over like, what's up with God? Like we're gonna skip over that, make a joke about it.
Yeah.
They're like, all these different fun possibilities. How would people react to it? Like even all the dead people, every time they got off like the train you arrive on, so many like hospital gowns. That was funny. The kids in suits because like you come back when you're your happiest. So there's someone who's just like stuck a child. That's so funny. And even that pays off later. So it's like I thought it was really well written, like most of all.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, to your point on that one, the bit, I really appreciated how they didn't try and explain it. Like what this purgatory was and who was controlling it, and like
don't worry
make
about
a point
it.
of being like,
don't worry about it.
Like I want to go talk to God. He's like, it's so strange what you guys are told down there. There's no God. There's
there's a Catholic.
What's just middle management forever?
Yeah, it's middle management. What didn't she say? Something like the Catholic attorney is very popular. Feel like go nuts if that's what you want. Like,
clouds, Golden Gates, everything.
The background posters of especially like discontinued or filled. I wish I had made a note about some of them, but obviously I didn't pull it out in the theater. There are a bunch of posters of like discontinued or full. Like I know there was one that was like the man-free eternity. Had been like they were on like their 400th rendition and it was all full. There were other eternities that were like mad funny or like different ones where like people talk about I want to be on the beach and they kind of lean into the shtick that like it's not like your private beach. It's like the world's worst beach day. Like there's a line for the archive room at the beach.
Yeah. Which that was probably my favorite thing they introduced. The archive room, which was memories, and like they could have easily, I don't know, done like I don't know what I expected. Maybe like shadow puppets or statues or something CGI'd, but just to have them act it out, I was like, oh, what a great use of the people you already paid money to, and I was like, that's smart. So I really enjoyed those because you get to see the backstory, but it's not told in like a voiceover or two people talking like remember when. You just get to see them do it, and like but it's not a flashback, so I thought it was like you don't get that like, oh, we're in a flashback kind of feeling, right? Because you're also like watching them watch it, so I thought it was cool,
right? I agree with that. I think to your point, it was a really just smart screenplay. Like a lot of the choices they made, not only with like something like the archive room, but like I think the characters in terms of like everyone has like a character arc that you see, like there's growth in the characters, especially with like the core three of them, and I really did appreciate that. Like you see like growth post death for these characters. Like they don't go in knowing exactly what they're gonna do. You see them make these decisions as they go, and make wrong decisions, but like ultimately, like especially for Joan, I'm glad she ended up like finally making a decision, not having a decision made for her, because that's something she was asking for. Kind of the whole like right when she got there, she's like, "Tell me what to do," and she was asking people to like kind of explain to her, like tell her what she should do, and ultimately her choice was going to be like neither of them, and then Larry makes a decision kind of for her, and that ultimately makes her.
Well,
realize.
that kind of brings up a good point of like the whole thing is that everyone, it kind of makes you think about death in general. Kind of like she does one, I think, of Divine Joy's character makes a joke about like, what can I see my parents? They're like, they picked their eternity. They're like, you can go see them, and they kind of make a joke like, you're just gonna probably
It is forever.
They're like, and everyone's kind of like, are they good? Okay, good. I don't need to see them. Like, it's cool. Like, but it makes one like the reason why Lucas was made such a big choice to wait for her is the same reason that Larry's character ends up learning, because he at the beginning was like, oh, she's gonna follow me, and makes the choice. Obviously, doesn't end up getting there, but that was the wrong choice. And then at the end, it goes full circle, and he. As the bartender again, because I kind of took that as like he doesn't really know where he wants to go yet, and he's like he doesn't want to go to eternity until like especially after essentially saying goodbye to us.
And I think it tied into an earlier line where he was saying like there was 2 lines where he was talking to Luke. He's like, "Have you figured this whole thing out yet?" And he was like, "Nope. I get more confused every time." And then it was also kind of he was talking about his own priorities. He's like, "I've been dead a week and I haven't asked like what this is all about." Like, I haven't kind of, like, figured out the meaning of life or death yet. Like, I've just been kind of accepting it. So, he hangs around, which I thought, with the minute that she shows up to the bar, I was like, obviously he's going to be there. But, made me happy.
It was a good flick. It exceeded my expectation. In fact, the only reason my expectations were slightly higher was because, Micah, you saw it first, and you were like, yeah, that was good. Because that actually made me think, like, okay, well, if Michael liked it, I think I'm going to like it more. Because initially I was kind of like, this shit's going to suck. I thought it was going to be a much more heavy-handed, Colleen Hoover style movie, not like what this was.
Yeah, I don't. The other coordinator, I had seen him. Netflix did like where they did like a series of a show, and they gave each like comedian just their own episode to go crazy. Okay. And he had one, and I thought his was probably like the funniest. So when I saw him in this, and then I saw the cast, and I was like, I don't know, no way this is bad. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It is funny. The angle they ran those two, which is kind of like, I love that. Like, there was a very dryness, like I don't know, dry is not the right word, but a very just kind of matter of fact level to a lot of the humor. Like the whole bit where he's like, we're married 65 years. He's like, he didn't even serve in the real world. They're like, listen, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. It's not the angle we're gonna want to go with here. Like, if you want to win this, we need to focus on positives here. Stop trying to take him down. Like to them, it's like a numbers on a sheet, and they're like dealing with like the love of their life. I thought that was funny.
Agreed. I didn't think it was funny.
Divine Joy Randolph was probably my favorite. Her and Miles Teller, I think, were the funniest two in the movie.
Yeah, I came out being like, wow, yeah, MVP. I wish she'd like. I'm going to pretend her other Oscars for this, actually.
Their dynamic really, and also their chemistry worked really well. Something about, because Miles Teller's playing, like, essentially an 85-year-old man.
Yeah.
And something about,
which I loved. I did love, like, his performance. I loved Elizabeth Olsen's performance, and you can, like, see the difference. Like, they're playing older characters in these, like, younger bodies. And then, so you can see the difference between Elizabeth Olsen and Callum Turner, which, I liked. Her chemistry with them was so different, but it worked. Like this movie wouldn't have worked if it was very obvious that she couldn't have like worked with either of those actors.
Yeah,
it's funny. We heard Callum Turner is in talks of playing Bond now. I'm okay with it. I like it.
I'm okay with it. Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I saw on one of the press like interviews for this movie, they asked him like, who would you spend your eternity with? He was like, probably Dua, and I'm like, he can't have everything. He can't have everything. Like he can't be Bond and end up in eternity with Dua Lipa.
It worked. He was funny. I want to give him credit too, because I didn't think he was going to be funny. I thought he was going to be real serious, but it's just the fact that like I feel like every dude can relate to just those two just butting heads the whole movie. It was funny, but they can't actually. They're not going to fight because.
No one
You're in purgatory. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean?
You're
not going to fight each other. It's more like just taking each other down. And then I think one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when she decides, she's like, I don't want it. I'm going to do my own decision. I'm going my own. Yeah. And the two of them get drunk in the bar together because it's classic dude. Because they just start becoming buddies, just bonding over like stupid shit. Loved it.
It was a good movie. I want to watch it again sometime.
I would too.
I'm
excited.
Show it to Riley at some point.
I think you should. That's a good date movie.
Yeah, when I got home yesterday, I was like, Riley and David were hanging out here. They watched A Christmas Carol. without me. I'm like, they're dating.
Which
so,
one? The Muppets one? If it's the
That's
Muppets
my-
one, be
that's my-
concerned.
That's
be
my
concerned,
favorite one.
Eric.
That's my
If it's
favorite
the
one.
Muppets one, be concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Is it was it the
Was it
Muppets, one?
No, it wasn't. The
Oh.
Muppets one. No,
That's
I
my
think you're
favorite.
safe.
Yeah, if it's a Jim Carrey one, that one just creeps everyone out.
definitely watch. But anyway, do we want to get into our movie of the week?
Oh
As
man,
Brian's choice, movie of the week. Let's go.
I kind of liked it, man.
Dude.
So our movie of the week this week, I picked Marrowbone, from 2017, directed by Sergio Sanchez. I believe was it produced in Spain? I know it said like it's from the Spanish Film Society.
I want to say this was shot in L.A.
I know, but they're like, I don't know, maybe the cut I watched was like, it was like like something in Madrid,
So it was
like
like a little bit in Spanish.
yeah, I think I know the director must be obviously Sergio. Anyway, and the original mine popped out. It said El
Must be.
Secreto. It
Obviously.
said El Secreto del
Interesting.
Marrowbone.
That's
You can strike one me all you want. I'm saying it said El Secreto del Marrowbone. The cut I watched. It did not say Marrowbone.
Stricto uno. Muy mal,
Sorry, I
Brian.
don't speak Italian.
So I don't speak Italian. So basically the reason I picked this movie was because we've been watching Stranger Things a little bit, and this was like a weird time cap. Like when you take a snapshot of this from 2017, it's a bunch of actors that like someone like Charlie Heaton was huge at the time, but then you have guys like George McKay, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Mia Goth who are kind of on their way up, and then buddy, I'm gonna blank on his name. Let me find it. Kyle Soller from Andor,
Yes,
which I thought was funny.
I was surprised when he pulled up.
It was just one of those things where when I stumbled upon this, I was surprised I hadn't even heard of this movie before. So Marrowbone essentially follows the story. It's this family, a British family. They've now moved to America with their mother. They seem to be kind of like trying to escape their father. Mother is sick. She's dying. Something happens. And now we cut to 6 months later. And they kind of are living in isolation in this house. They've met their friend, who's played by Anya Taylor-Joy. I believe it's Allie. But they kind of live in isolation in this house. There's some legal troubles. They need to get the whip. They need to get it signed over to their mother who's dead, but it seems to be hiding it for other people. And there's a secret going on in the house. You don't really know if it's paranormal. You don't really know what. But that's kind of where it opens up. And then it goes on a bit of a roller coaster. I think some of it worked. Some of it didn't. But ultimately, I kind of enjoyed it. Although I kind of wish they made some other choices. What did you guys think? I'd like to hear your thoughts first and foremost. Whoever wants to go first.
Take it away, Eric.
Okay. Yeah, no, this movie, I feel like it revolves heavily around its twist at the end, right? You feel like something supernatural is going on in the house. I was convinced, and granted, there were times I wasn't paying as good attention as I should have. I was convinced a lot of time that it was like there was no ghost. This was all just like a metaphor for like the grief of the mother passing, or like the shadow of the father haunting the family. Little did I know, like the full.
Everything was very literal.
Yeah. But in terms of the movie, like I was kind of like gassed up when the twist happened at the end, and I feel like it kind of worked. It wasn't something I was necessarily like expecting. Maybe because at times I wasn't like picking up on certain things. I had to read something afterwards, like, oh, I guess maybe I just didn't catch that part. If we want to get into the spoilers immediately, but I enjoyed the performances. I liked the direction at times. There's some creepy parts, like that Charlie Heaton's part in the attic where he like sneaks down to get
the money. It's
the
a
money
box. It's
box.
the
Yeah,
box
the
of
money
money.
box.
Yeah,
the money box. Like genuinely, like it got me on my toes. I was like, okay, here we go. A lot of times, just kind of looking in the empty spaces of backgrounds, like seeing if I could catch something. But yeah, Micah, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was definitely interesting. I took notes going along, and like looking back, should have been obvious. The twist that we'll get to, because my first question is like, who is Anya Taylor-Joy, who does not get introduced? She's a spooky voice in the rock outcropping.
That's how they met her.
Yeah, we just meet her.
When you look back, it makes sense.
One hell of a riff. One hell of a riff to just start on. And then the gun, I was like, what's up with the gun? Don't address it.
Yeah.
And then, I thought the raccoon was really cute. That also comes back. they do a drag me to hell on the raccoon.
Yeah.
And then she's just fine. She's like, well, that was probably nothing. You know, that happens to raccoons all the time where they get violently and these little paws are trying to... Anyway, I was also surprised that we were in America, and then, I don't know, you know, the algorithm's listening to me or something. I see on Twitter one of the exact frames from the movie, and it was like that part of America that just looks like Ireland for some reason. And so that's, I was like, okay, we're on the Northeast.
Maine. Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck are we? This looks like the most UK of any place, but I guess that's, you know, the newest K. I don't know. I did like the performances. I did think, I don't know if there was like a lot going on, and I guess like we needed something to drive us to, why don't we go back in the attic? But it seemed like a little bit of a roundabout way. Eventually we got there, and I was like, oh, it's real. Like, all of it's like kind of real. And I was like, don't know how I feel about this, because I thought the conclusion would be different if it was just like a manifestation of like, once like you're like, okay, they killed the dad. I was like, oh, they're just feeling guilty or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's up with the mirrors and all that stuff? And so I guess it kind of had to come to that point where it is real-ish. Yeah. What did you think, Brian?
I think I'm with you on the point where like there were once like it started like once the movie started sprinting. I'm talking about like a 45, 50-minute mark, right? When we started getting into the weeds. I think there's Sergio, my man, you had there's something really cool here. I think you kind of overshot on some things and undershot on other things where like, are we going to go spoilers now? I feel like we have to.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So when they kind of dropped the bomb that like, no, like this is not like, this is actually a guy in the attic, not that. I think that could have really been cool, but they kind of casually, like, you start to kind of think it might be the case, and then at one point, Mia Goth, it's him, Charlie Heaton, and George McKay, they're sitting there, and he goes like, she's like, you gonna tell her that we locked him in the attic? And I'm like, oh, so we're just gonna tell us exactly what happened. That one was one thing, and then the reveal that the day that the dad found them, what actually happened, I thought worked really, really well, but I think they leaned just a little too hard into him being in his fortress playing like going full split. I think you got to ditch the split thing. Do you get my point? It's like I think that idea works. Like of like him being like kind of crazy and like hiding from the lawyer and from Anya Taylor-Joy's girlfriend that like he failed because he's so guilt ridden, and maybe even have the dad still be alive. But like I could have done without you can't be doing it here. Oh my god! Like I was like, oh, that's kind of silly. I don't know. know.
That was one of those parts where I was like, man, being an actor is so embarrassing.
I know.
But
There's some cool stuff, Eric. I want to hear what you think of it. There's some cool stuff here, but I just feel like they have some cool twists. I just didn't know which twist they wanted to go with, and they all kind of intercut, and it doesn't really work.
Yeah, and starting to say it out loud and like talk with you guys about it and hitting on some of the same beats. I realized that the whole time, like casually watching this, I thought this was just the Babadook, but just like diet the Babadook, and like that's kind of what I was assuming. So when that guy did pop up, and I was like, oh shit, and then I started like at that point. So I like watched most of the movie. I went and got my haircut earlier, and then I was finishing it out here pretty much an hour ago, and David's like, fuck, dude, this movie rocks. And like,
David's seen this movie?
David's seen this movie, so we start watching it
Wait,
together.
I see his ass behind you. He's the only person I've ever heard who actually saw
this.
Is that
David or is that Riley?
And so I was like, oh shit. And I was I was like, what is this? The dude's there. So I was just like, this guy is actually here. And so, yeah, I thought that twist was interesting. I agree with that one line, Brian. Kind of spoon-fed it. And then so that whole scene with her like watching George McKay's meltdown, and then him just kind of like tweaking until he walks upstairs with a gun. Not a very triumphant moment. You should have done that a long time ago, buddy. Your dad's been up there malnourished.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You
got to pick. Do you want to do the big reveal about what happened in the attic, or that everyone's dead, or is there a man still in your attic? You got to pick one. You got to pick one.
Yeah, I will say there should have been clues. I remember thinking, I even wrote this down. There's a scene where George McKay's character is in the bath, and Anya Taylor-Joy is just like sitting over his shoulder, just like talking to him, and I was like, this family's way too comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Should have known. Family's not even fucking there. He's taking that bath alone. I was like, that's weird that she's in the tub with him.
Did they
But
change
she
clothes?
wasn't.
Did the family? I'm trying to think back. I don't know if Charlie Heaton and them ever changed clothes. I don't know. I stand by the point that like, and I get it. Probably get a rewatch. Not that this didn't make sense. It's more that like, I feel like there was two different reveals that kind of overlap and kind of weaken each other. One being like, we locked him up there and holy fuck, he's still alive. There's actually a man in our attic right now. And the one that like, oh, no, we didn't actually kill the father. It's not like he failed. Like his siblings died too. And I think you got to kind of, I'm not saying you have to pick one or the other, but you know what I mean? I feel like they kind of,
You gotta thread the needle differently.
like, yeah, one has to be like, maybe there's a nuanced middle ground, but I just feel like either it's, because remember there's a scene right before the big hammer drops where it's Charlie Heaton's character, Billy, and he's like, you want to die? Like, he's alive up there. Like, I'm telling you, that was an issue where I'm like, this is a crazy movie. Like, holy fuck, the dad has been living in their attic the whole
Eating
time.
animals.
That's a good movie on its own. And then they go like, actually, then she finds the diary, right? And you find out, and because when the lawyer breaks in, that actually they're all dead. And it's just kind of like, okay, that feels like a whole nother twist that undercuts
when did
the
he write
last
that
twist.
book? So he wrote the book when he was sane, and then immediately went insane.
I think he wrote it from the perspective of Jane, or does it
Jane? Siblings like left it
Judy?
out there for Allie to find.
All right.
She wrote it.
I think it's like stuff like that where I'm like, what's happening?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this guy Sergio had actually probably two good ideas, and
maybe
just
even three.
kind of maybe even three, and just kind of
snowball. Yeah,
he smashed it into one movie. Because I feel like actually the sibling death one is it definitely hits harder sadness. You know, when he comes up there, that was sad.
And he pulls the thing back, and you're like, oh, it's three bodies.
Yeah, well, that
his
and
dad like jumping down from the chimney.
And you kill him, Billy, and I'm like, oh fuck, what happened up there? And then he comes back, and it clicked for me. I'm like, oh no, they're dead.
Yeah,
that was sad, but like I just thought it was like I kind of think you set up the first part of your movie to more focus on like no, there's a man in the attic, which is also an interesting.
Well, looking back, they absolutely do, because the man is snatching raccoons in front of you, and
Yeah.
you're just like, no, that's probably fine.
Bro, that poor raccoon.
Dude, that was their pet. Their pets, they have like a pet mouse, there's the pet raccoon, and they just both slowly go missing. And then you see the raccoon get taken.
Bro, also, like, I now it makes sense, because he was just in denial about the whole thing. But, like, when he's, or maybe denial is not the right word, but like when he's trying to fix the mirror on the stairwell, he can clearly see there's a man in the attic. Remember, like with the floorboard? That's good. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I liked it. I can definitely see why people like this movie. I can definitely see why people don't like this movie. I'm somewhere in the middle. I liked it enough. But I'm also not. I'm also aware that I'm like, there was a lot going on at the end there. I think you need to whittle some of these twists down.
What did you guys think about the ending where Anya Taylor-Joy's character is like, he can stay crazy?
Yeah.
No, how I felt.
Well,
so how did that work? Is he not? She's not taking the pills.
He's not taking his pills, and like during a lot of the movie, like he's fine. He's obviously not taking pills. He's living there with his family. He's taking care. Like
he does have this relationship with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a kind of in all senses of the world like normal, like holding down his business during most of the movie.
High functioning psychotic.
Yeah, high functioning. So I guess that's who she fell in love with. So she's like, it's cool. Like let him be off his meds.
I don't, Mike, I'm with you where I'm kind of like, I understand like not letting to him, it's like, or maybe to her even, it's kind of like by having him medicated or having him kind of come back, it's kind of like killing the siblings permanently. But at the same time, like I took the ending, the scene before the ending, you know, after he shoots his dad, where she's kind of being like, hey, like, I love you. Like, I'm here. Like, I understand, like, her understanding why he's done what happened to him and why he's been doing what he's been doing, but kind of bringing him back to reality. And then I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. She just gonna let him keep
He does say, like, if you're here, they won't be here. And then you see that she's like, I'm not going to medicate him. And then at the end, I was like, which way are they going? Because he sees them running up, and then he looks at the picture, and he looks up again, and you don't see them again. And I'm like... Is that when it clicked? He's like, I moved on right now.
Maybe.
just now. You know?
Yeah, but you could still hear them like chattering and talking when he smiled at the
Yeah.
end. So I don't.
Who knows?
I took it as like maybe she's trying to have like a best of both worlds. Like she's like, I'll be inside once,
Bro.
once you're good. But
I cannot fathom how. I know they mentioned in the movie, and they do address it in the movie, how bad that attic must have smelled.
Well, not even just in the attic. It must have seeped through the whole damn house. It was
That
coming
house,
to the floor.
Yeah.
that house would have reeked, right? Like that.
Right.
1,000%.
Yeah, 100%.
it's
Yeah,
fun
it's
in
like-
the
several
attic.
people come
Yeah.
over.
Not even just the 3 dead bodies sitting on top of the floorboards, but like
Seeping through the floor.
this man's been up there shitting, pissing, and killing and
Yeah.
eating animals for what was it? Over 6 months now he's been
6
up there.
months. Yeah.
I-
6-7 months.
How did he not like? I'm sorry. Maybe it's crazy. How did he not get out of there? I mean,
I
There
would
were
figure you
actual
could
large
try at
raccoon-sized holes in the floorboards. And he is plenty strong. He was plenty strong.
Like they show what he did to the door, the damn brick. But I'm like, if you left me in a room for 6 months, like I understand, like I can't get through this drywall right away. But if you give me 6 months, even if I take half an inch off of this drywall every day, I will get out.
He's in a dungeon. He's in a attic with stuff in it.
You will go out the roof. You can go out the roof. You could go out any direction. You'll get out eventually.
I
mean,
there were windows
6
that were
months
just
you can't
boarded up. Like you could
work your
eventually
way up the
pry that
chimney.
out.
Well, the hole that he yanked the raccoon through. I
Yeah.
think you could have just
it's like
pry,
damn near.
or that floorboard that
Yeah.
what's his name Jack sees him through. That feels like a couple good stomps, maybe a few days.
Yeah.
You get through.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? He's like
I feel like we're
traumatized.
probably poking holes in his
No,
in his.
it's
in the
concept.
floor. In the
Yeah.
floor of this movie.
Yeah, but Micah, I saw your thing, and when I saw the raccoon scene, I was sobbing laughing because
I put the
raccoon's going,
spoiler thing on it, so because I know
No,
you stay snooping.
no. I looked at it after.
Okay.
But I was like, I knew after I read it after, but I laughed during the scene regardless because that
Yeah.
raccoon literally
They do.
is like.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
I've never
It's
seen
terrifying.
it. No. I laughed at your review after the fact, but when I
Okay.
was watching, I was like, this raccoon like went from being like, and then just was like, He threw it. You got like 2 arms through. It was like grabbing.
Like they've clearly trained him to like come through and grab, and then they pulled him back, and he was like, it was terrifying. It was scary.
It just
All
makes
right,
me think.
any-
Oh yeah, yeah. We should probably
Sorry.
move on. But no. I was
Any
just
more
saying.
thoughts on
No,
Marrowbone?
no. It was interesting for sure.
Definitely a mind fuck of a movie, Brian. I'm glad I watched it because it's one of those like weird concept movies that will surely go under the radar. No one's talking about Marrowbone in the year 2025.
Except for David, I guess.
That's cool that
Yeah,
David
not
saw it.
David.
I never met anyone who's seen this movie before. I liked it. I think it would be one that if for some reason you were scrolling Netflix and someone's like, we want to watch like a horror movie thriller, and maybe let's even pretend like you weren't going to be there. You were like walking out and someone's like, hey, have you seen Marrowbone? You'd be like, yes. I'd give it a solid if you like kind of like trippy, so like a paranoid horror. I'd be like, yeah, I'd give it a solid recommendation.
It's in a weird spot because it's like right down the middle of like I really wasn't ever like that scared.
It wasn't scared
during it, and then the ultimate like fucking with your head moment at the end. I was kind of more like, what are we doing? Like more confusing.
It's a mind fuck. It's more of a
Yeah, it's a
psychological. It's more of like a psychological thriller. I don't know, Michael. What do you think? You can make it a face.
No, I just know you just love this shit because you love Shutter Island so fucking much. I don't know. I find the curtain pulled back is like it was in your mind all along. I personally don't like that, but Eric.
I'm not getting to Shutter Island with you again. I'm not doing.
No,
this
I
with you
don't
again.
want to. Brandon, it's been an hour. Come on.
What do you got? What do you got?
All right, next week's movie of the week. I'm not taking us to theaters because I'm really not a fan of the movies coming out next week. The movie's coming out the week after, absolutely.
Hell yeah!
But I am actively against Ella McKay. I am.
Why?
I
said this
saw the
twice
trailer.
now.
Yeah,
There's
I
women
saw
in
the
it?
trailer and I was
That's strike
really
two.
unimpressed. I was not excited about this movie at all.
There's
And
more than one. It's your pick, please. Sorry.
It's my pick. You
Yeah,
can
pick
get
it.
as mad as you want about it, but this is the way the pod is going. I'm still keeping it current. I want us to head over to Netflix and watch Jay Kelly, Noah Baumbach's Jay Kelly, which is getting some
Jay Kelly.
some award buzz here and there, so I would like us to go watch that. I'm also
Okay.
I know Mike has already seen it, but I'm gonna watch the new Knives Out as well coming out
Yeah.
this weekend.
When is that? When's that dropping? This weekend?
This
The
weekend.
13th.
Sweet. Yeah, I haven't
Jay
seen
Kelly
it either.
came out last weekend. So
Sweet.
No
All right,
one's seen
cool.
it, right?
I haven't seen it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
Sounds good. Well, then let's get into our movie news. There's a big elephant in the room which we're going to be addressing here, and we're probably gonna get real emotional about. But let's just quickly talk about the box office, real quick from last week. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Anyone go and watch it? None of us
Ryan?
did.
I almost went last night. I didn't do it.
But a lot
It
of
looks
people
so
did.
horrible.
A lot of people did. It was originally tracking for an initial projection of 35 to 40 million. It made 64 million domestically, which is crazy. The original debuted to 80 million. It led the domestic box office. Good for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I'm pretty sure the budget for this movie was somewhere in the 30s. So they're just going to keep pumping these things out. Another good win for Blumhouse. Zootopia 2 just crossed 900 million worldwide.
Holy
Through
fuck.
2 weeks. It'll cross $1 billion this weekend. Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Damn Zootopia 2. Wicked for Good crossed a worldwide gross of 440 million. Still chugging along. I don't have the numbers exactly on how much the first one grossed, but this movie
It's fighting
gonna
to get. It's gonna be less. It's fighting to get close.
How much
Yeah.
higher Zootopia is kind of crazy. Like, what?
yeah, that it is crazy to kind of look at those numbers. Other movies that came out this week: Jujutsu Kaisen Execution was fourth in the domestic box office. Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, which apparently introduced like some new scenes.
I heard that.
Yeah,
The Fortnite ones or the other ones?
I don't know.
No,
about
apparently they put the
Fortnite.
did they put the deleted. I think they put the deleted scenes in because I know there's one with like was it Michael Jai White? Jai Michael White. Yeah, what's his name? Sorry, I'm might be fucking. it
No,
up.
you had it right the first time.
Okay, wait.
Michael.
But
But-
apparently there was a deleted scene from that got added back in, kind of like an extended edition.
Yeah, so that got added, and then something animated though too. Some anime portion of it. I ended up
From the animated segment, I think in the first one, I think they made it like 30 minutes longer.
Jesus.
So that got sixth on the domestic box office, and then in ninth, our good old friend Hamnet, which went to wide release last week, came out ninth. So good for Hamnet. Coming out this week, I think this is a horror movie, Dust Bunny. I'm not really tracking it very well.
It's it's like an action thing, you know, Wolf and Cub style action movie.
Okay, got you. Ellen McKay, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is a re-release, and then Silent Night, Deadly Night. So those will be what's tracking this coming weekend. Kind of a light weekend, all things considered, before Avatar the following weekend. So, gentlemen, we got to talk Warner Brothers. I just put in here a bunch of notes about the timeline and then like other stuff, but we can talk about this however we want. Since this is like the biggest news in Hollywood right now
Yeah.
and in this industry. But how do you guys want to approach this?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know how long we want to talk about it. It's just like anyone who's watching this or not watching it knows that Netflix has, technically acquired Warner Brothers, which is bad. And what's the update? I believe Paramount put another one back. This is.
Here we go. So Netflix put down quite a lot of money to the shareholders in a more formal action to acquire Warner Brothers. That was accepted to the shock of the Ellisons at Paramount, who have responded by doing a hostile takeover where you go directly to the shareholders with more money. And you're like, all you care about is your bottom dollar. I will buy it all right now to you. And it's like, what do? Do they say yes to the more money, or do they say, no, the CEO's got it, he sold it, so we all voted yes, so it's fine. And so we'll see about that. There's also antitrust, because they will have a library of content that will only rival Disney's since they acquired Fox. Like, it'll just be, what do I want to do, Netflix? what do I want to see Netflix? You know, so you got that. Then you've got the guilds, the Producers Guild, Directors Guild. I think maybe even the Writers Guild.
Writers
We're gonna
Guild.
sue
Yep.
because Netflix is not in the movie theater business, like
Right.
at all. It directly competes. They're not even in the physical media business anymore.
No,
They're
they-
anti.
You can't get a DVD for anything of that.
I have one Netflix movie DVD, and that's because they license it to the Criterion Collection. That's the only way I can get it. They
Yeah.
don't put out DVDs or anything.
Crazy.
And you're wondering, like, do you really want to watch like the Batman 2 at home? That sucks.
Yeah, see Dune 3 how it's meant to be seen on your shitty
On your
fucking
phone.
TV.
On your iPad.
Jesus.
Micah, you would know better than me. I'm curious. So, with the antitrust things, are like people suing, or people being like, we should block this
So
deal?
for antitrust, the government would have to sue.
But I'm saying whatever. But if let's say this, is there a future where this deal gets kaput and Warner Brothers can still exist as itself, Warner Brothers?
Their CEO is CEO
Zaslav.
to sell Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Yes.
So they split up the movie side from like the TV side.
So
And so the
ass.
Ellisons at Paramount were so confident that they would win the bid because they were willing to take it all. They were like, we'll take TV and we'll take movies. And people don't like that option because they're mad conservative and really good friends with Trump. And that's why
Yeah.
people think maybe the government will sue because they're cozy with Trump. He'll be like, yeah, actually, antitrust this time. Fuck it. And, break it up. And it's kind of like a weird, this could drag out for years.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. They could just accept the hostile takeover, and this could be over.
The Trump part of it all is definitely interesting, right? Because on this pod, we've talked in the past about how Trump got Rush Hour 4 greenlit at Paramount, right? And he's publicly come out and said how much he supports the Ellisons and Paramount, the new ownership group. In the last week, a lot of change. Obviously, he's been asked quite a lot about this deal. The week before the deal went down, Trump actually met with one of the co-CEOs of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, who his whole thing was he wanted to reassure Trump that his company was not going to be amassing anything close to a monopoly, which from us looking in doesn't look like that. Trump then came out, called Sarandos a, quote, fantastic man, and then noted that Netflix market share could still be a problem, though. That is all to say, from the outside looking in, knowing Trump's affiliation with Paramount, you would think that he would try and intervene with this, put a stop to this.
Yeah.
But where did I put this? He kind of came back on his word with Paramount earlier this week because Paramount on 60 Minutes put out an interview with a certain politician. I can't remember exactly. I thought I wrote it in here, but maybe I don't. I didn't. Saying that he's now like upset with Paramount because he didn't like this interview on 60 Minutes. So he where did I write this down? He said he has to look, when asked if Trump would support Paramount's new deal, this hostile takeover bid, he said he has to look at how each deal would impact market share, and he notes that none of them, Netflix or Paramount, are particularly great friends of mine. Quote, I want to do what's right, which is crazy out of Trump's mouth, not to make this political.
Yeah,
But
I will
but
say
he
I
has
don't
a
think-
big role in this.
Yeah, I know. No,
does.
I understand. Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't think Paramount would get the antitrust suit because Paramount's path to being viable is to acquire Warner Brothers. They're just too small. All they have is like South Park and a shit ton of money. So they were hoping to buy Warner Brothers, and like David Ellison is like coming out like, hey, like I will put movies in theaters. Do not worry. Like he's trying to like get goodwill, but also because they're so conservative and Hollywood as a town just is not. He's got like some like media hit pieces coming out, and like, hey, it wouldn't be a hit piece, like a hit piece is like, it's like, oh damn, they said that about me, but it was like, I mean, why is it true, kind of thing. So it's like, it's tough because he did come out and he was like, hey Trump, like I will own CNN and don't worry, they won't say bad stuff about you anymore, which is like, is that the future you want?
Right. No.
Two Fox Newses? I don't know. But
Yeah.
then it's tough. It's the alternative is like no more movie theaters.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think we all. I've seen other people talk about this. I mean, the reality, like, if we stopped breaking it down to like theatrical release schedules or who's aligned with who and political this and that, is that the reality is that this has been a big problem with everything. I mean, fucking Jersey Mike's is taking a hit because of this private equity bullshit. I'm saying that, like, the reality is Jersey Mike competition is what makes the free market that we say. And it's the same thing with movies. Studios competing, production companies competing for each other is what drives quality up. And by doing whatever, like you said, Mike, it doesn't really, like, we can be like, well, is it theatrical ones or alignment? It's bad. There used to be just like so many different Warner Brothers, Paramount. I know Columbia's Sony's too, but you get my point. There were a million fucking like pillars, and now we keep just merging pillars and pillars. 20th Century Fox is gone, and this is bad.
That's a symptom of capitalism. If your company's public, you can be as big as Netflix, more money than God in every household. It's not enough. Now you have to have it in every device because no password sharing. That's not enough. Now you got to expand your library. That won't be enough in like 10 years either. So
I know. Because enough is never enough for these greedy fucks.
Dude, you could just be like, we made a shit ton of money every year, but if it's not a shitter ton of money, then you lost. You're down. Your stock's falling apart.
But the thing is, like, somebody did point out, and I can't take credit for this, the way Sarandos is the Netflix CEO, correct, Sam? The way he talks about why he wants to do this, he doesn't see you as people. Consumers. He always calls them consumers. He's like, the consumer doesn't want to go to the theater. The consumer wants to see, and it's like sit in your homes, watch Netflix, buy things. That's what they want, and it's just gross. Yep. It makes me sick to my stomach a little bit. I don't and again, I know we're just talking about movies, and it's not a political plot. I'm just saying, like, obviously I think we're all in the same boat. That's kind of
picture this. It's Sunday night. You're ready to, like, talk about Game of Thrones with the entire world? Sorry, some loser stayed up to 5 a.m. and they're already on episode 7 because it's a Netflix dump now. Yeah. No more weekly. There's not enough space because they've got fucking Happy Gilmore 9 coming out the next weekend.
It's
and the way they're
numbers to
and the way they and the way they keep charging things, they're gonna make a way to make
be $40 with ads.
The way they're gonna make a way to make streaming profitable for them. To the theaters, they don't need those anymore because, like, already, like, that we just proved Netflix had enough money to buy HBO Max movie. They're like, I'm sorry, guys, we're gonna have to up our prices. They don't need this money. They want this money, and nothing will ever be enough for these greedy fucks. I'm like actually getting annoyed with the fact of how many ads I get, and this is not like people say it's like a boomer take for me. It's not. I've grown up in an era of advertisements and pay to play kind of a world, and it's getting so much worse.
No, everything just gets shittier and shittier. Remember, Red Zone was commercial free, and that was like the whole point.
Now you can't
even commercial free anymore.
You can't even pause. You can't even pause. You can't even pause anything anymore. Where they're like, oh, well, God forbid we let your attention go away for a second. Here's a fucking grocery like that. Oh my God,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yep.
They move, and they're all in cahoots. They're just passing properties and contracts around. Why am I seeing ads for Amazon Prime shows on a Peacock ad, and vice versa? I thought you guys were supposed to be competitors.
Have you watched anything on Prime lately? Sit on the remote on accident. You've disordered 19 Alexas into your house.
My old roommates have a thing with now because Jeremy signed in at the other place. You can you send it to your phone. So they'll just send it to the phone. It's not
so
funny,
terrible.
but it's terrible.
Everything
but
sucks.
It's funny.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks ass. I just want to see Dune 3 in IMAX. Is that so bad?
No, it's bad. It's on your phone, buddy. You can catch on your phone.
It's great. It's the same thing.
I mean, to that point, like, that's what the Ellisons are really kind of. That's the narrative they're pushing, right? Is exactly what we're talking about. Is, Netflix, and he hasn't shied away from this point. Sarandos, I mean, he's calling like the theatrical experience outdated.
It's not outdated, you fucking moron.
He says he wants it to evolve to be more consumer friendly, meet the audiences where they are quicker. He's saying that he's promised to maintain the Warner Brothers current theatrical release schedule through 2029. That's just a promise. They don't have to stand on that.
They have to follow through on that.
maybe contractually when people signed on to stuff they do, but I would say anything that's not, if you aren't boots on the ground right now, you're sitting in a chair every morning getting your makeup and hair done, I would be worried.
I did see some people who, again, I think that most of the consumers that we interact with, like, don't want this to happen. But because, again, we live in an era where there's people supporting Gen AI and stuff, so we get that. But I did see some people talking where they were like, the reason theater sucks is because, like, why is this popcorn this much? And so many people were backing up on a good thing, being like, if your issue with theaters is how much snacks cost, that's a skill issue, my friend. You're like,
well, also, does your fat ass have to eat?
No,
in the movie
you don't have
theater?
to. Put a can of soda in your pocket and go sit down and watch a movie. Or bring your water bottle. They don't care.
We used to bring this up all the time. We used to hunt for our food. Maybe just be grateful.
I know. That's
Maybe
what I'm
just be
saying.
fucking grateful, man.
I know. This
You
is
think our ancestors out there like, oh, I just tracked down the popcorn. Can't wait to sit in front of the big
and it's like,
cave wall.
and it's like the big thing. Like somebody goes like, I think some guy, Micah, to your point, said like, popcorn, nachos, or something. I'm like, okay, bro, maybe relax on the snacks, and then your theater. Also, have you heard of A-List? It's a pretty great deal.
They just came out with popcorn lists too.
I saw that too.
For you
fat
asses out there.
You can like get there's a A-list like booster for popcorn now. You can get like you pay more and you get like a certain amount of popcorn a month.
Wow, that is a great deal, AMC.
AMC
we
sponsor
love you
us.
So much.
You know what? You know how good
Thank
AMC
you,
is.
AMC.
Do you know how good AMC is? I registered for a coupon, like a small drink and small popcorn, only $9. It expired. I get a notification. There was like, here's another month. Go ahead and use it. I was like, wow,
Here's another one.
you delightful. A stands for angel.
I just feel like honestly, I cannot believe I went my life without using AMC A-List.
I used to pay money for this shit every time.
It's the greatest thing
I
ever.
would do the movies
I
just
think
as
I
much.
spent, like, for Dune 2,
Thousands.
I didn't have A-list, and I think I spent
Thousands.
upward of $100 on rewatches in theaters.
I could get so much more money out of it, but like if you go twice a month,
You've made your money.
You've made your money back.
You've actively
Easy.
made money.
You've actually made money. Yeah, it's the great. So hey, any of you ding dongs listening who are like it's too expensive, pay for that. Or
AMC,
sponsor us. Sponsor
AMC,
us.
please. And if there's anything, again, like Ryan said, you can take away from this pod, it's the greatest deal on planet Earth. Take it.
It is. Take it.
In terms
Yeah, that
of
and being
this
born rich.
deal,
That's the other greatest deal on it.
In terms of this deal, though,
Okay, can we move on to something else? I'm depressed.
yeah, Warner Brothers is legally required to review Paramount's hostile takeover bid and issue a recommendation by December 19th. So
Okay.
we'll have more news by then. But honestly, right now they are still publicly supporting Netflix. So
Okay.
we're gonna more to come on that front.
To the
but
Avengers. I think we covered that part. To the Avengers, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we did cover all that. Yeah, we can go right
all
to
this part.
Damn it!
Yeah, speaking of money, yeah.
Damn it!
Speaking of money, let's money talks, guys. Let's talk about this.
I hate life. Why? Oh, we're just re-releasing it because Avatar's getting another push.
What are we're releasing in game?
Endgame has a chance to take back the box office thrones. Number 2 high. Oh wait, sorry. Is that
No,
going?
go
I was
ahead.
thinking-
That's a groan of
Oh.
involuntary.
Endgame has got a chance to take the box office throne back, which sucks in a way because Marvel's not that good. Anyway, the number 2 highest grossing movie of all time will re-release on September 2026. Currently sits at 2.8 billion, behind Avatar at 2.92 billion. I do wonder how much money this will make back on re-release if it can take that over.
Well,
I think
we'll have to see how well received Spider-Man coming out 2 months
that's
before.
a great point.
Or yes, 2 months.
Yes.
August is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
you can't even keep track anymore, man. It's
It-
tough.
The months.
Yeah.
The months.
I mean, I think we are. I mean, the rumors. Maybe it's not a rumor. Maybe it's confirmed that Avatar will show an Avengers Doomsday trailer before it.
I believe
next
I
weekend.
think that's confirmed. I think it's that the Spielberg and the Avatar Fire
and
or,
Odyssey.
sorry, Odyssey. Sorry, that yes.
Or it could be Spider-Man because that comes out sooner.
Right.
No, I
Yeah.
thought that was. Was
It
that?
is
Was that?
sooner.
Oh, it is sooner.
It
Okay.
is
is
sooner.
sooner.
They moved
So,
it. They moved
mean,
it.
Can't
We're
keep
gonna
track anymore,
see
man.
if Disney can reclaim any hype that hype train for Doomsday. If
Yeah.
they can get that train chugging, like Endgame, I could see it making a decent chunk of change. 120 million, I don't know.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. That's a
lot
lot
of
to
money,
overtake.
especially if it's like I would imagine maybe I mean, we've only really had re-releases for like 1 week most of the time, weekend most of the times.
Yeah.
I don't know, 120 million as of right now. I'm really hoping for Avatar to keep its spot, and then maybe one day get to 3 billion. So with another re-release. So, we've been talking a lot about Paramount and Wicked.
God.
Paramount might not have Warner Brothers, but they have John Chu. Yeah, so Paramount's landing Jonathan M. Chu to a first look deal with the studio to develop films and TV shows. We've seen this a lot happen already with several other writers, directors, actors. We've been talking a lot about Taylor Sheridan, the Duffer Brothers, Will Smith, Ryan Reynolds, Damon Chazelle, all guys that have signed some sort of first look deal with Paramount at this point. So, first look deal. So, we'll see what John Chu, what else he gets into. I thought, am I tripping? Isn't Wicked Universal? So
Yes,
maybe he's
it is
done.
Universal, yes.
And Universal's already, we were talking about it, come out and said that they're going to keep trying to develop Wicked stuff. So maybe John Chu's done with Wicked in the Wicked world. If he's looking to buddy up with Paramount. But we'll see. In terms of other worlds, somebody talk about this, for Christ's sakes.
Narnia Pod!
We're here.
Sorry, she gets me hype, man. Narnia Pod news. IMAX CEO Rich Gelfand says Gerwig's Narnia film will be a cultural event that is going to change the world. This is not your mother's or your grandmother's Narnia. End quote.
Anything Narnia related goes in the pod. Any quote,
Narnia.
anything related.
Narnia Pod.
Didn't he said something about like more contemporary music in it too, right?
I didn't catch that part, but it makes sense with Charlie XCX connected to the film. Is that what he was referring to with mother's or your grandmother's Narnia? I would never really like consider Narnia to be my mom's or my grandma's.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of ours. I would argue it's Gen like I would argue Narnia's it's like a millennial, early Gen Z kind of.
Yeah,
that's their movie. That's our movie.
That's our movie.
My mom doesn't give a fuck about Narnia.
Yeah, I don't think my grandma is. I mean, she read the book. I don't know.
like Narnia.
Yeah,
we like
Narnia. This podcast likes
Narnia.
Yeah, I think he says, I'm not going to say specifically, but things like Pink Floyd and The Doors. The music in it is unbelievably contemporary. He's not going to go into specifics, but he means like Pink Floyd and The Doors.
Okay, like, all right. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Well,
it's Narnia news.
Don't tell your grandmother.
Yeah. There you go.
Grandma, you're excited. Oh, I'm so excited for the Narnia movie, Brian. I just hope they don't.
Doors.
I hope the music's not contemporary though, and that'll ruin it. You're in.
I hope it's not Pink Floyd.
Shut up, Grandma. Oh man, that's funny. Well, listen, we love Narnia here on this pod.
We do
but
indeed.
I feel like again, we're just waiting to see anything. They just keep giving us little tidbits of news, and they're
I know.
"Have you heard this about Narnia? I want to. Can I see some?
Maybe at like the Netflix to Dumb event that they do, you know? Maybe that'll happen then.
Dum.
Dum-dum.
Speaking of a streaming service.
Play it on,
Oh, wait,
Spiker.
no. Never mind. What else is coming to IMAX?
There we go. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Were you
What
asking
is
me?
coming to IMAX?
I thought you were gonna do
I thought
it.
you were doing it. Yeah.
Wow. That lob turned into a missed shot on goal. That's fine.
No goal. Yeah, I wrote this in here because it's a win for cinemas and for theaters. Studio Ghibli films are coming to IMAX. Multiple Studio Ghibli films will be getting 4K restorations and released in theaters next year. This is a massive restoration process. I'm sure the way you have to do this to get it to IMAX, a larger scale. It'll be directly overseen by Studio Ghibli to preserve the original art and sound. These are films I didn't realize how much it would take to obviously get these films in IMAX and what, that would rendering the old animation. But The Boy and the Heron was the first Ghibli film released in IMAX back in 2023. So these are obviously a ton of other old Studio Ghibli films that people,
Is there a
stand
movie
by.
you'd like to see most of all? Do you have a favorite that you'd like to see in theaters? I have mine.
What's
Is
yours?
it Ponyo?
No, I
Dude,
want to
fine,
go. Oh, my easy choice would be Mononoke, Princess Mononoke, but I'd love to see Nausicaa Valley of the Wind in IMAX. Me and Cam were really big Studio Ghibli guys, so I watch it a lot. I'm a big fan. Mononoke is an obvious favorite, but Nausicaa Valley of the Wind would be so sick. Porco Rosso, cool too, but I think those are my two.
Okay.
Mike, do you have one?
Oh yeah, I said Ponyo.
Ponyo? Okay.
Ponyo.
Eric, it's okay if Spirited Away is yours. You can just say.
I like being in the water. You know, she looks like
Great
a
one.
goldfish.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one
Yeah.
too. I think they're all good. They're very different. People like to put them all into one category. They're very different films. I never saw The Boy and the Heron, for instance. I need to see that.
Yeah, I do too.
For shame, Brian. For shame.
I know, as a Ghibli guy, I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm a big rewatch of those guys.
Bad Brian. Bad Brian.
Bad Brian, but
That's
Bad
strike
Brian
three.
will be. How is that strike three? I'm the one who saw.
Stop Asian hate, Brian.
No, Go see Boy and the Heron.
Yeah, go see.
It's not enough that you're a fan of early Ghibli. It's that you have to see the newest one.
That's right.
Have to
You
see
have to
them
go
all.
to Japan to watch them. Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Did
have
you watch
one
it?
in Japan.
Did you watch the?
Did you watch it in Japan? No.
You're an ass. Fuck you. I was trying to think of a segue into this next one. I can't think of it. Fuck me, man. That was funny. Shit. Fuck.
I have a it's not good. What would Brian be in Japan? An alien. Speaking of aliens, Men in Black. New Men in Black in the works.
That's right.
Will Smith is being eyed.
Oh God, they don't even know yet.
I-
Jesus, this is a
yeah.
mess.
I think it's.
Well, I mean,
think
he
it's-
wasn't in the newest one. He wasn't in the newest one.
Yeah.
the
Did
most
you see
recent
it?
one.
Did you see it? I didn't.
I went with my father. It was a terrible parents' weekend.
Wait, you saw it at Elon? At the parents'
in
weekend?
our
Is
favorite
that how
theater. Yeah.
long it's been since
God.
that's Men in Black?
Yes.
Wow.
I would
Yeah, it
love
was-
to go back to that Alamance Theater, man. I tell you.
Alamance Crossing 15.
Oh, shout out Alamance.
The memories in there. The memories in there.
That's
Oh,
right.
I saw a
I
lot
watched
of
the
big
original
movies.
It in that movie theater.
Yeah, I did too. That was.
Yeah.
I saw The Quiet Place with Eric when he's like, "Don't buy the popcorn."
Don't buy the popcorn,
We saw
Brian.
We saw all the Marvel movies. Yeah, man.
The
Yeah.
Get
I
Out.
think
We
we saw
saw
Endgame
Get
there.
Out.
I think we saw
Endgame,
I did
Yeah,
see
we
Get
saw
Out.
Get Out there. We saw
Get
Nope
Out.
there.
Saw
Oh, no,
Get
no.
Out. We saw no. We saw us. We saw
Yeah.
us and Get Out. We saw
The
pretty
Nun.
much name any Marvel movie that came out between 2016 and 2020. Essentially, it came out. We saw it there.
My first going to the movies alone, I think, experience was there. I went and watched
me too.
Spider-Man Far From Home, which is my least favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
Ugh, weak ass
was-
take, by the way.
Not a
No
fan.
Way Home.
1917 there. Blade
Oh, we
Runner
did, yeah.
2049.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049. Remember, we dragged some of our friends who didn't like it. Losers.
Yeah,
Mike
Pasquale.
That's what,
I'm gonna see him this weekend. And I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Mike, fuck you."
yeah. This is where the pod started at that Blade Runner 2049.
It
viewing,
did.
when we were all
Yeah.
very on board for that movie.
we've been pretty highbrow since 2017.
Yeah, we've been better than everyone else
Yeah,
since.
we know what we're
a
talking
little
about.
bit. We know a little bit more about movies than you.
Well-
I happen to have a letterbox account.
That's right. That's right. You guys should go follow
It's
it.
funny. I was at the thrift. I just bought 1917 on Blu-ray
Ooh, nice.
somewhere.
Mike,
around here in
Mike,
the
I
apartment.
made my new Christmas wish thing because I bought a player because my PS5's near. I'm buying a Blu-ray player, DVD player. I'm like, I have my old ones for my parents. My new thing is like, I'm asking for Christmas for my sister and stuff. I'm like, I want to build my collection. So I basically been telling anyone's like, what should I get you for Christmas? I'm like, here's my list. Here's a list of movies I like. I want
Nice.
physical media.
Mhm.
So that's my new thing because I'm like, why not? Because they're expensive. So-
Yeah, tell them to go to the
There.
Barnes and Noble and just start grabbing.
Yeah.
Well, they have like all the they have 4K, they have Blu-ray, they
Yeah,
have
I already-
regular.
collection.
I'm just
Something
like
that.
Yeah.
My mom goes, "What about the box of them in the basement?" I'm like, "I've put my label on that. Do not touch it. That's mine. That's
Yeah.
mine."
Go ahead and
That's
wrap
not
that
the-
box if you want.
Now, some of it, like Cinderella 2, Return to the Castle, yes, but we can sift through that.
Cinema is cinema.
No,
Yeah,
That's
so
why
my,
it came out in the theater, Netflix.
Yeah.
my physical media collection is small, but feisty and powerful.
Is feisty?
Micah has added to it by getting me, in spirit of the pod, Narnia Prince Caspian. So
Yeah.
good friend Micah Good friend
Yeah, yeah.
Micah.
Remember you guys put that when you got that for Eric. We talked about it on the pod. That's a great movie.
It's how long we've been doing this.
I know, right?
We're closer to Eric's birthday than we are to
I know.
not close.
We just had Eric. Yeah, Micah's was a couple weeks ago.
That's
Not
right.
even a week and a half ago.
What are
And
we,
then-
4-ish months out? Almost to the day.
Yeah.
Okay, when did we start? Like
Yeah.
January? February?
It
January.
was like after the new year.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was
Crazy.
like
What a-
mid-January. So we'll have to do like we have to go look back and see what because there's the Lost Pod, the OG pod.
Where Eric,
Where
what happened? Oh, none of us were in it. It was just Eric.
it's just me talking.
Did we talk about Roar? Was that the
Yeah, we
Lost
talked
Pod we
Roar.
talked about Roar? Or was
We
it
talked
this
about
guy?
Roar.
talking about Roar.
That's
maybe
funny.
we'll have to do like a year in review of all the movies we've done, but also maybe on that episode talk about Roar.
We'll do a
We
we'll do a
did
year
talk about Roar. We did talk
We'll
about
do
Roar.
a year in review
We ended up
slash
talking
our
about it in the second episode.
Yeah.
We'll do our
Yeah.
we did. We'll do a year in review. We'll talk about and we'll do our top of the year. We'll get into that. For now, who's got next on this list?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about
Should we go
this,
Vin
guys.
Diesel?
Yeah.
Whoever wrote all these capitalizations, they better read this off because they were excited.
Yeah, I was really excited about this.
What's
I was
happening?
hoping one of you would, so that you would say that. Vin Diesel's take on Barbie? Question
Barbie?
mark. The Fast and Furious superstar
There
will
we go.
star and write a live-action Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie
There
for
it is.
Mattel.
God.
Diesel's quote about the film.
Wait,
he
he's
said-
writing it?
Oh yeah, he's writing it. He said the
he
film
write?
will examine the role
written
of
in crayon.
competition.
That's unkind.
He's holding it like this. He
Robots
said,
punch.
the film will,
robots,
quote,
family.
examine the role of competition in a world often measured by strength and dominance that dares to reveal the power of compassion at its core. This is
Oh
a movie
my
about
God.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots, guys.
Hey, what do you know about fucking... You think I'm robotic and hot, but you're the robot because you
Yeah.
don't care.
I know I'm so strong and dominant, but I'm also compassionate on the inside.
Is this how Fast 11 gets made?
Yes.
By making this movie?
He's so fat.
No.
I just don't like Vin Diesel, man. I never have. Never have. And the fact that he's writing it is kind of crazy. I don't know what to think about this, but you wonder how Mattel thinks it's going to go, because remember, Hasbro tried, after the success of G.I. Joe and Transformers mainly, they tried to expand. It fizzled so fast. I just kind of see Mattel having a similar problem, where it's
Well-
like, whoa, surely this will work.
Well, I think, aren't they doing that now with Transformers? They're combining their...
No,
The
I
universes?
think they bailed on that because nobody saw Rise of the Beast. Nobody saw that fucking movie where they did in fact tie in G.I. Joe to it. But that movie I think it made like less than 250 mil worldwide. Like
that'd
it
be
was
interesting.
bad. And then that Transformers 1 animated movie made 140 mil.
That's
Which,
right.
good movie, by the way.
Good movie.
I like Transformers 1, but it did not make any money. So I think they're really tearing it down to the studs. People forget that Transformers 5, the last night, that god awful one, they were trying to move away from the Shia LaBeouf, Mark Wahlberg Bay movies and just expand it into like, what if Bumblebee was in World War II? What if there was a Japanese? What if there was a soldier in Shogun Japan? Or I'm sorry, not soldier, a transformer in Shogun Japan. They had a lot of
What if
ideas.
they were animals. Yeah.
They did that too. I'm just saying they had a lot of ideas. I think that it's kind of been torn down to the studs.
What if they were beasts?
They were beasts.
What if they were beasts?
What if they were beasts? What up, beast?
What up, beast?
I hope he's doing all right.
Shut
Oh
up,
fuck!
Beast.
Wait, who is that a reference to?
There's a
You
reference
know
to
Beast.
Beast.
Yeah.
Come on,
wait.
what up, beast?
Yeah, but who
Hogan's
is-
friend.
Oh
Hogan's friend.
yeah! Wow, deep cut. I could not put that together, man. Holy shit!
What up,
All right.
Beast?
You laugh
Alright.
like you got it.
No, I
did.
thought you were just being funny, and I was like, wait, why do I? Anyway.
Oh, shucks, Brian.
Oh,
Anyway,
shucks, shucks, indeed. Please move on.
Jeepers. Speaking of Eric, Brian's favorite movie of the year,
I didn't hate it. Come on.
Yep. Brian.
things Brian loves.
Things, Brad, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, they were named Times Breakthrough of the Year. I saw a lot of people posting this on their Instagram stories. Like
Really?
Adults that we know.
adults like posting because it's
Okay.
like Times, like it's like a reputable source, and they're like, yeah, look at this.
Gross.
But
That's weird.
yeah, I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters are getting. I mean, in terms of our world, they're getting nominated for a ton of original songs at a lot of these awards. So they're not going away anytime soon. So Netflix has already put K-pop Demon Hunters as like one of their like Stranger Things K-pop Demon Hunters. These are timeless classics that are
Okay.
stand
The
up
same
to
as
Casablanca and
The Dark Knight.
Harry Potter. Like
Why?
I know it grinds your gears.
No, I didn't. I actually like. I can completely get the fact that like this is super popular, but I feel like it's like, what are we talking about
yeah,
right now? Like,
Well,
I get the
David
kids
O-
like it.
yeah.
I was like, is he good?
All right, what are we in next? What are we up to next?
All right, we're getting to our awards talk. Let's talk about the American Film Institute chose their 2025 top 10. Something that
Wrong.
we'll surely do for 2025
Boo.
come next year.
I've been making my own so far. I don't know if you guys have. I've been ready for mine when it comes
Yes.
out. Not gonna tell you now.
Anyone want to
Yeah.
read these off real quick?
Micah, go ahead.
In alphabetical order. You got Avatar, Fire and Ash, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Jay Kelly, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams, and Wicked for Good.
What? It actually is an alphabetical order.
I know, that's why I
I thought you were doing a
Right.
bit. I thought you were doing a bit. I was like, what?
These are in alphabetical order.
I thought being like the American Film Institute released their top 10 in alphabetical order is just funny in general. Then I'm looking
Yeah.
at the list and it actually is in alphabetical order.
I will. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't
so-
seen all of these.
Yeah, we still need to see Avatar.
I was gonna say there's a couple I haven't seen, but that's
Jay
a lot of these are
Kelly
not
and
in my top 10.
Train Dreams. I still need to see Train Dreams.
Dude, I've seen it twice now. Get on it.
Yeah, it's on my watch list for sure.
I would say it's a good maybe watch these for an opinion.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
yeah.
I also I haven't seen. I'm excited about Marty Supreme. I haven't seen that one yet. So
Yeah.
that could very well shoot
got-
up into my list.
I've got tickets.
When is it?
Yeah.
When is it coming out? Do we have to
Christmas
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
cousin Mary
I'm
is
taking my family on
obsessed
Christmas Eve.
with Marty. Who, by the way, she's a fan of the pod. She actually knows ball. It's always nice when you meet a family member who knows ball. She is obsessed with Timmy Chalamet. She's like, Marty Supreme, I want the jacket. She's like, I'm so excited for this movie. So she lives in Southie, so she and I might have to go around Christmas.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
excited.
go. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it. Mike and his sister Caroline.
Are you
Isn't
still
it?
going to that Hoffman time?
No. Yeah. Are you gonna take your family there?
6:30. That's my fam.
Yeah.
I'm taking my
Ah!
family.
What do you guys seen in
So I'll
Marty
see you
Supreme?
guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
for Marty?
that's fun. That's
We'll,
fun.
we'll link up before that. That's
I'm gonna
hilarious.
ask Mary if she wants to see it. But actually, you know what I'll probably do? I think I'm gonna be in Jersey Christmas Eve. So maybe I'll see if Carly wants to go when we're down there. But
I don't know.
two
Careful.
movies.
What if Timmy's hot in the movie?
Yeah, right. But two movies right there, Jay Kelly that we're gonna watch and March Supreme. I haven't seen yet, so I don't know if they'd end up in my top 10 or not. They might.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll be very curious to see. I'm sure some of these are definitely in our top 10. So I'll be excited early
Some
in
of them are.
2025 for us to do our lists again. That's like one of my favorite episodes early on. If anyone's never checked it out, go check out our top 10 list of 2024.
I got my top. I've been working on mine. It's been moving. It's been ebbing
yeah.
and flowing as the
yeah.
year goes on.
But let's
right.
go into some other award talk. A lot of nominations dropped this week. Micah, do you want to start going through some of these?
Sure, yeah. All right. So, I mean, no one really talked about this because on the same day, the movie world kind of ended with Netflix buying Warner Brothers. But on that exact same day, the Critics' Choice Awards released their nominations. Let's see, it's an interesting setup. But this is they're okay. Yeah. So we've got the big performer is Sinners.
Yep.
And then we got at 17 nominations. Then we got One Battle After Another, 14. Frankenstein and Hamnet at 11. Marty Supreme at 8. Sentimental Value, Wicked for Good, and F1 at 7. So this is like similar to that other list. These are just like things to look out for as the award season continues. And then we've got Interesting fact, Warner Brothers and Netflix had the most nominations. I'm sorry. Which is like, what do you do with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Golden Globes came out, and the Golden Globes used to be kind of a silly nominate famous people just to do it kind of award show, and then they restructured, took a break for a year, came back, and now they're pretty much like they're more serious, but they're very like safe, I'd say.
Yeah.
So we've got, Surprise to No One, One Battle After Another, heavily nominated with 9.
Right.
Sentimental
like-
Value with 8. Sinners with 7. Hamnet 6. Frankenstein and Wicked for Good, each with 5. And this is notable. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are the first 2 actors to be nominated for playing the same character twice, I think. And it was just an accident. And K-pop was with 4. K-pop Demon Hunters, The Secret Agent at 3 nominations. Weapons at 2.
Yeah.
So that's, a pretty similar ish list. You don't see F1 on here. I think
No,
they just got
which is
1
weird.
for score.
Well,
Go ahead. What are you saying, Brian?
No, I was just saying, like you said, it's like the safe bet. Like, it's like interesting. It's like it's not a direct. Like we're talking to when the Academy Awards come out, obviously. I think what it does reflect is think movies like One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Hamnet are going to be ones that draw in a lot of nominations. That's what this list tells me. It doesn't tell me that Weapons getting 2. Maybe Weapons could get surprised nom. It could tell me that it was just an accident. Or those ones in the lower ones, things that don't exist, could get more or less. We don't really know. But One Battle After Another getting 9 makes me think that that's going to get a lot of Academy Award nominations, right? Is that kind of the... Sorry, Mike, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. That's where we're trending. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. And before, Micah, you get into the actors and actresses nominations crossover, I do want to say I'm really happy to see how many nominations Sinners is getting. I mean, it led in the Critics' Choice Awards over One Battle After Another. And this is a movie that was sitting in that March slot where a lot of times film people will forget about these movies. That's the same spot where Dune 2 was kind of left out to dry last year and ran out of steam. And it's different, obviously, because Dune 2 is a sequel of a known IP. So a little bit of fatigue maybe of that world, but it's just really nice to see that Sinners has still got a lot of hype and momentum going.
I agree. I think even reviewing my own year, I just kind of the other day I kind of was going through just to start building the list, and I kind of sat down and realized I'm no, Sinners. I'm glad it's getting the hype, like you said, Eric. It's not just recency bias. It is actually one of the best movies of the year, where it falls in the actual order. But I'm happy to see it gets that many nominations.
Right.
See how many it pulls in.
Yeah.
And Michael,
you can tell it's real because there's been that sustained hype.
Yeah, exactly.
Since March. Yeah.
It's it's not to say that it is the best movie of the year, but it's certainly in discussion, even at this point. Yeah.
People are definitely appreciating its craftsmanship
Absolutely.
all that good stuff. All right. So we went over movies to know. Here's some actors to know. These are ones that got nominated for their performances in both Critics' Choice and Golden Globes. For lead actress, there's just a lot of names to pick from because Golden Globes, they do 12 each for lead because they split it musical comedy and drama. So you had double the chance, essentially, to get in for one of those. And it's notable, Cynthia Erivo is not on this list. So you've got Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, Rose Byrne, and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Chase Infinity from One Battle After Another, Renate Rinsby from Sentimental Value. You've got Amanda Seyfried from The Testament of Anne Lee and Emma Stone from Begonia. In actor, you've got Timothy Chalamet from Marty Supreme. Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another. Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. That was surprising to me because it's a pretty small movie, but I did notice that 2 Richard Linklater movies got in musical comedy this year, and Wicked did not. No Wicked musical comedy at the Golden Globes. Wild. People not loving
People are over it.
Not loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should call it Weekend. I'm sorry.
Wicked.
Weekend. It's awards chances. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Amy
awesome,
Madigan getting
man.
supporting is great.
Yeah.
Um, I think like Weapons is not gonna get the same Get Out kind of love because it's not the same level as Get Out. But to get at least something like supporting actress is really cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
especially that. Yeah,
It's
Kaluuya,
awesome.
did Kaluuya win? No, he didn't win. But he got nominated though, right? Judas and the Black Messiah, right? Did he win for that? But I know he's nominated for Get Out, but I don't think he won. Yeah. Continue. Sorry, Micah. Go on.
Mm.
Because who is that woman? Yes, thank you, thank you. Hmm.
Getting a lot of love.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I have to see it. No. I was saying I'll have to see it. Like I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. Jacob Elordi, I go back and forth because at one point I kind of want to be like, was it? But honestly, it was actually a pretty soft performance for him, and I kind of like that. I think Oscar Isaac, who I did like, I wouldn't expect to see him. But yeah, no. I'm okay with that list. I think it's great. Benicio del Toro. My bias goes to Sean Penn or Benicio del Toro because Sean Penn was just hauntingly scary, and then Benicio del Toro made me laugh. I was surprised
Yeah.
too. I thought that would have been a bigger deal
I
too
know
because he was.
he's like all the rage in original song right now,
I
but obviously he's going up against Golden,
Yeah.
so he's in a tough spot. Yeah.
I
But
think the I think the thing that people need to understand. No, I was just saying like I think the big thing people don't understand, and I think that Miles Can is a bit of a snub, but like these lists will come out, and let's just assume that some form of this list, maybe with a little bit of variation, will be the Oscar list, right? No, I know, and I'm saying, but let's just presume something along these lines is listed. I remember a time. I can actually think of the time when I started getting more into movies was the line of is 2009 because that was when Avatar was nominated, and I remember when I heard I was like, "What the fuck is the Hurt Locker? This is dumb." And people are this year are going to be like, "What do you mean that Wicked didn't win all the awards?" I'm like, "Well, the movie wasn't that good, guys."
be honest.
I think Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande in the first movie actually had a bid maybe, but like I don't know. Will Ariana Grande win
Well-
it this year? Probably not. And
it's a
like
good
Cynthia
point about-
Erivo probably isn't. Those all the actors you listed, Micah, for leading, are better than Cynthia Erivo and Wicked. Sorry, like it's just the reality.
absolutely. And to be honest, like I'm glad you brought up Ariana Grande because obviously we can't control where they're spot, but that's a category fraud. Like she's
Yeah,
definitely
supporting.
the lead actress of
She's
her
the lead
movie. And
fucking
then also
actress.
looking at supporting, like I mean, we all watched Hamnet. I don't consider Paul to really be a supporting actor in that movie. I think
No,
he's a
I think he's
co-lead.
I think he's a supporting actor. And
You
although
really think
wait,
so?
That's weird because he is 90% of the movie until the end. Actually, no. I think supporting works for him. I take back my point. I think he is a lead. You think?
Maybe him more.
Like
Mm.
my thing is like looking at if I look at this list, and again, I haven't seen Sentimental Value or Jay Kelly, but if I look at the list otherwise, my knee jerk of like my favorite, I would go Benicio del Toro. One ballot, another. The best respect to a Lordy, I'd go Sean Penn. One battle after another. I think that was low key the best supporting acting performance of the year. And we're not going to do predictions, and that's not the point of this episode. I just like
Yeah.
Sean Penn. Really, I think to me when you really sit back, because we all love Benicio del Toro and One Battle After Another. Don't get me wrong, but like we're talking performance. Sean Penn was just was he like? What do you look?
Oh man.
That's true. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with Stellan Skarsgård winning it, especially because he got snubbed for Andor. So I'm always down for him. Yo, I will always defend Andor on the show. Never doubt it in my life. Because that movie that show also didn't do shit in the Emmys, didn't it? It kind of got nothing. Diego Luna. That's absurd. That's an absolutely absurd statistic that Andor didn't make it into. That's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, Stellan gets this. I'm cool with that too. I'm honestly fine with most of the actors and actresses listed here. It's not like one where I'm like, that would be a robbery if someone got that over that. Like, it's been a lot of good movies this year. Just, yeah. Micah. Oh, look
Micah's
at you.
updated
Good for
his
you, buddy.
points.
Good for you, man.
So I ended up with 960 points, my best showing so far.
978. Look at you. Look at you. Are you sure I don't have 6 wins, only 5? It feels like I should have more. I don't know. Probably not. I thought I did. I'll make it 6. No, I'm kidding.
I just want one, man. I just want one.
Well, I
Yeah?
got that. I still got 5. Oh wait, no. I think last week I did update it from 4 to 5. I think this is right. There's no way we've been doing this for more than 8 weeks. Or 7 weeks, 8 weeks,
We've been
whatever
doing
it
it
is.
for a minute. I think definitely next week when we see, or it'll be the week after, I guess, when the Avatar numbers come through. Shit's gonna hit the fan.
Well, sorry.
I know Brian's got it too, but
Some of you guys. Oh my God! If you,
You
did.
did.
Oh, you did pass on Avatar. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you Avatar'd, dog. Come on. I don't think those other. That was actually a strike. I think the other ones weren't a strike. No, okay, all right, cool. That was fun, guys. Jay Kelly,
yeah.
baby. We're talking Jay Kelly,
next
and then
week,
we got.
y'all. Thanks for watching. Check out
Happy
our TikToks
holidays.
and Instagram. Happy holidays. Appreciate y'all.